Hi, it's Glenn Lazovic with Apex Home Loans, and today we're going to wrap up our three-part series on contingencies on the purchase of a home. We talked about sale of home contingency, we talked about your financing contingency, and today we're going to talk about appraisal contingencies. So a couple of things to keep in mind. One is when you're financing a home, your lender is going to use the lower of the sales price or the appraised value. So if the house appraises higher, you're home free, doesn't matter. You got some instant equity built in. But what happens if it appraises lower? So let's use as an example, if it's a $500,000 home, you're putting 20% down, that'd be $100,000, and a loan amount of $400,000. Let's say that $500,000 home only appraises for $490,000, then we're going to use the 490, which means you'd have to put an extra 8,000 down as a down payment to be at 80% loan to value, or the equivalent of 20% down. So you're going to still, to buy that 500,000, you're still going to have to put more money down. Your appraisal contingency also protects you in this case if the house doesn't appraise. That you can typically get out of the contract and get your earnest money deposit back, but there are some time frames involved, and this is something that I would really suggest and highly encourage you to talk to your real estate agent, which is another reason to have a really good realtor on your side when you're buying a house, and ask them, how the appraisal contingency works. There is typically a time frame that says, hey, you have to have the house appraised with X amount of time and get back to the sellers. So it's also important to work with a good local lender who's got a good pool of appraisers so you don't miss out on that contingency. And it also lets you be able to negotiate if the house doesn't appraise. But for more information, like I said, highly encourage you to talk with your real estate agent. Give me a shout. Happy to talk to you about that. And until next week, remember, Glenn Lenz.